Yeah, I mean, you know, it definitely gets odd. You know, it gets odd on set. You know, when we were doing all the orgy scenes, that was so weird because it was literally. It doesn't seem like it, but it was. You know, we're shooting in Malibu, but it was in the 30s. It gets really cold there at night, and everybody was naked, and you're just freezing. I mean, that's one of the toughest things about our show is you're trying to pretend that it's summer, and it's half the time it's just totally freezing. But all those people had to wear black contact lenses. Fortunately, I didn't, because I didn't, you know, get turned over. But it was odd because the only people that you can get to really be naked, other than actors, you know, sometimes, are sort of nudists or strippers, so there were like all these really kind of exotic, kind of really bizarre people on set who may or may not have been having sex or kind of. I mean, it was very weird. I'm sorry for the kids in here, really, but it really was kind of just. I saw some things that really can't get out of my brain that were really bad. Yeah, that was a weird year for sure. Yeah. Oh, you mean about Jessica, about Deborah Ann Wall? Gosh, I mean, I think she's so incredible. I mean, she's amazing, right? That scene, I'll tell you this, that scene where she got turned into a vampire and she was crying for the Lord to help her and it didn't work. It was like one of the best scenes that I've seen on the show. I thought it was incredible. And that junkyard with all the vampires, that was amazing. You know, I don't get to work with her a whole lot, but she's really cool. You know, she's a theater actress, and she's young. She's not that young, but she's young. She's a theater actress, and she's so talented. She has those I think she has some most of you all might know that, but doesn't she have a webisode thing that she's been doing? A vlog, thank you. A vlog that she's been doing, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't have yeah. Well, Houston is still going, so we'll see what happens. Are you in the military, or is that just a costume? Because you sound like you're in the military. Oh, the Top Gun! Are you serious? Nice. That's original. I mean, I've never seen any Top Gun. Nice.
That's right.
40 what? 25? 25, okay. I think it said 45. You know, I mean, as far as the conventions go, okay, so I've done a few. Of course, Comic-Con's huge, and that's just crazy. DragonCon's really big. I did a really bizarre one in England. That was really bizarre because it was up in the middle of England. It wasn't even in London. It was like, and there were like Danish people that come and German people that come. It was really, really like Twilight Zone. That was crazy. What else? Australia. Yeah, there's been a bunch of different ones. I don't know which one's my favorite. I have to see. Yeah.
Okay, obviously you're naked a lot.
Yeah.
So was there like you know how in 300 they had like the 300 workout? Do you guys have to do like some random workout to get like...
Well, we used to have the Ryan Quanten workout. Now we have the Joe Manganiello workout. Either one is really, you can't do either one of those workouts because you'll die. I mean, those guys are out of, I mean, I just got on the show, right? And I'm a Southern bartender. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a Southern bartender, you know? I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to, and then Ryan is out. I mean, what? That guy is so ripped. I mean, and it's not even like he's a guy that goes to the gym and works out. He's like a triathlete. He's just constantly exercising and running, and he's just into it. And so there was that bar, and then Joe came on. And Joe's like a superhero. He's like literally a like Homo sapien superhero without, doesn't need a costume. So Steven and I hate them. You know, really. I mean, I've talked to Steven about it because we're older than both those guys. And you know what it's like, you know, when you get older, and it's so hard to get in shape for camera because, you know, your stomach, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's so impossible. You have to, so you just can't eat anything, and you're working out. But I do like, I'll go to the gym, I surf a bit, I do yoga. But it doesn't matter. Like, with those guys.
You look great.
What's that?
You look great.
Oh, thank you. But I remember that my worst fear happened season 2. I had to be in the same scene with Ryan without my shirt on, where both of us didn't have our shirts on. And that was tough. That was tough. Wait, you have one?
I want to know, did you know that you had to be naked when you first got approached with this show? Or no big deal? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think he told, I think Alan may have mentioned it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, because I knew that I was turning into animals, so I didn't know I was going to have to be naked this much. I mean, I knew it was HBO. Stuff. But the weird thing is I started out my career kind of being naked, just randomly, just doing in theater and full frontal, which is and live. So what we do on the show is like nothing for me. It's really it's not that bad compared. Yeah.
Speaking of naked, do you get to pick your own sock out, or does it have a name?
Yeah.
It's the old sock question.
Yeah.
Sock question. No, I think they, you know, I've got, I mean, I'm assuming that I'm getting the same sock each time. I don't know. I should check and see if my name is in that or something. It's very bizarre because it comes to, you know, you have your trailer, right, where it's sort of like your office. It's your trailer where it's always your trailer. Like whether you're working at the lot or you're working on location, it's your trailer, and you walk. You know, you have a little desk and you have a bathroom. And there's a dressing room, and all your clothes are hung in there. And when you're using the sock, it's like, I don't know why, but it's brought in on this rectangular black velvet tray. And there's like a beige sock on it. You know, it's like it's royal or something. Really weird. Very bizarre. Yeah. No, I did not get to work with that. No. Any questions about it? She's a trip. She would come to the read-throughs, but I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with her. Oh yeah.
Would you mind explaining, say, your rehearsal process? Do you have an actor on set with you, or memorize the lines, or assistant?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do in order to get prepared?
Right. What's the rehearsal process? Well, that's a good question. So there's no like acting coach or anything like that, you know. But we did have a dialogue coach for the first 3 episodes, and then he was gone, and we're all doing our own thing, you know, at that point. But I think everybody does their own thing, you know, like how you prepare, and everybody has their own process. I, for a while, was doing, believe it or not, some dream work with this woman. And she basically does this trippy stuff where you use your dreams to help you prepare. And, because you know how, like, when you have a dream and you wake up, you feel, like, such a connection to those random things that were happening, and they're totally random. But she was sort of helping me use that to kind of, I don't know, just to work on scenes. It was really weird. But anyway, I was doing that for a little while. But as far as the rehearsal process, you know, with TV and even with movies, you know, especially with TV, you just have to show up and you just have to be ready to go because you don't have much rehearsal at all. You basically, what happens is you get there and the director, you know, has probably just been shooting a scene and all the crew's ready to go and everybody's kind of waiting and the director will say, okay, let's just read the scene. So you'll stand there with your little, they make these little they're called sides, but they're just the scene in miniature. They're just these little miniature pages, so you have those if you want them. but you should, everybody's got your lines memorized. But anyway, they'll say, okay, let's read the scene, and you'll just read it, or just say it without blocking it. And then they'll say, okay, well, what do you think? Maybe you'll be over here, and you'll be over here, and then, Sookie's going to come in here, and Sam, you'll probably go up to her and talk here, and then this, that. Let's just give it a shot. So then you kind of do a stumble-through rehearsal where you try out some things. And then maybe you'll do and so you've done the read, one stumble-through, then you'll maybe do a second stumble-through where you go, okay, so you're going to do that, but then maybe just be on that side and that and this, and then let's try that. You do that, and then they're like, great, let's do it for marks. And doing it for marks means you're going to do it, and they're going to mark exactly where you're going to be so that they can light it. And that means you have to hit that mark, right? So then you do that, and you do doing it for marks for the whole crew. And the assistant camera guy will literally come, and wherever you're standing, he'll come and put tape down, and they kind of run and follow you and put tape down, like wherever you stop. And then that's it. Then they say, okay, well, we're going to light it. We'll see you later. So then you leave. So you've basically done it twice. You leave, you come back, you rehearse it once, and then you shoot it. So you have to, and these are intense scenes, so you really have to just be on your game when you get there. It's exciting. Yeah. Right, how far advanced do we get the script? Alan's great. He gives us the scripts like whenever they're done. So like when the season starts, we'll get maybe up to 3 or 4 scripts or 5. But as the season goes on, they don't have the scripts written, and like for instance, I just got episode 11 like a day before I shot a scene from episode 11, so I didn't have a lot of time. So it starts off that you have a lot of time, and then you don't have much time basically. Did somebody over there? Oh wait, oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, does mine sort of double shape-shifting other identity and form? I mean, not that much. I mean, a little bit. I mean, there are the moments where I have like a heightened sense of smell, and that I bring that in. But for the most part, I try to just kind of just play the human side of him, and just really make the scenes real, and then do the, and then I turn into an animal, and then the animal does it. Yeah. Oh, who do I want Sookie to end up with? I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. Sam, no. I don't know. I should probably say Steven, right? Because Eric's together. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, depending upon how many years we do, like how many guys she's gonna like go. If she may come all the way back around to me. Hopefully, we'll do enough seasons. Oh wait, you have one. What my favorite animal? That always changes. It's been a dolphin. It's been a bird. I am feeling today. Wow. I want to be like a. You know what I'm thinking is like a mountain lion right now. Don't you have mountain lions here?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I want. Don't shoot me though. I know you That's probably got some hunters in here. Yeah.
I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts on why the vampire genre has just kind of exploded in popularity in recent years, and kind of in connection with that, your thoughts on the contemporary portrayal of them versus the more classic Bela Lugosi, Bram Stoker portrayal of vampires.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird, isn't it? Because it seems like vampires have kind of been. There have been waves, and it's like every 10 years they get popular, but it's never been like this. I don't think. I mean, no, because when Francis Ford Coppola did his Dracula, that was like a little moment, but it was one movie,
Right.
and this has been like 3 or 4 years.
There wasn't cultural saturation.
No, exactly. This has been 3 or 4 years of total saturation. But it feels to me like it's also hand in hand with the popularity of comic books in movies in general, and kind of a revival of fantasy, And I don't know, it's just it's definitely happening, and like the reasons. I mean, intellectually, maybe you could argue that a recession brings on wanting to escape from reality. I mean, you could probably argue that. it's kind of baffling.